Hey Brandon, this is my I'm not a Russian bot video as you requested. Congratulations on this movement. I've watched a couple of your interviews on TV. You're doing an outstanding job. Of course, none of it would be possible without the people brave enough to step up and post their testimonies as to why they walked away. I know with you it was from the Democrat Party. But I've seen posts on here that people are just having a political awakening that our political system is broken. I do see posts from older folks like myself who some have walked away recently, others like myself have walked away many, many years ago. My walk away moment came back after I was discharged from the Marine Corps. I was a registered Democrat. My parents were Democrats, so I registered a Democrat. I got my degree, and along came the 1992 election cycle. And during the 91 year, Ross Perot came onto the scene, and I was attracted to his points of view. And I often wondered what government would look like if it was run more like a business and not like the antiquated system that we have right now. And so I left the Democrat Party, became an independent voter, never went Republican. But the mechanism, what really triggered me to leave the Democrat Party, and I haven't really quite heard it here in anyone's testimony, is the party's structure itself, which was in full display during the 2016 election with in the primaries with Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton, where Bernie Sanders superdelegates would step in and hand so many votes over to Hillary Clinton. And this superdelegate system is what caught my attention back in the early 90s, which wasn't easy to get that information. I had to read books about the formation of the party, about the Democratic Party. It's not like the internet today. The internet back then was in its infancy stage. There were no cell phones, iPads, Surface tablets, and all that garbage. I mean, I had literally went to a library and checked out books. But that was my political awakening. I decided to look within and see if my core values align with the Democrat values, or if they align with Republican values. Although I grew up religious, I didn't see myself aligning with the Republicans, much beyond the fact that they appeared to be more fiscally conservative. Appeared was the key word there. So I remained an independent, and to this day I'm still an independent. But I always had an opinion that the parties were out for themselves, and that the political elites were really just using ideological views to divide America into Democrats and Republicans, and that they would use this to keep their power base. And I knew that time would be the determining factor if my opinion was correct. And now that I'm 52 years old and haven't gone through the election of Barack Obama and the Democrats having full control, and the election of Donald Trump with the Republicans having full control, my opinions are validated. Back in 2008, like many of you who've walked away, you had an opportunity with the Democrat Party to check off every left-wing Democrat agenda item, from union legislation, immigration, gay rights, anti-gun, just check it all off. But they did nothing. They did nothing. What they did was they lined the pockets of corporations, healthcare corporations, with taxpayer dollars. Is what they did. They didn't do anything to Wall Street. So the Republicans, came in 2010 and got the checks and balances back in place, and they did nothing with it. In 2016, they have full control, and Donald Trump is fighting who? The Republicans. So we have a system that's broken. It's been broken for many, many decades. Broken from our perspective. Works perfectly fine from the political elite's perspective. And every day that Donald Trump is president of the United States, you can see they're coming apart. And the fact that the media is now all in. I mean, you'd have to be completely stupid or severely indoctrinated. And I have an opinion about indoctrination. I mean, my kids are going through it in school right now, and it's amazing to me what passes as education. It's more of an indoctrination system is what we got now. When my youngest daughter was in 5th grade, she came home with a Bill of Rights handout sheet that said that the Second Amendment was the right to hunt. So anyway, I try to raise my kids. I suggest that you do the same with your kids, is to become thinkers, free thinkers. They think for themselves. And apparently right now, that's not the case. Apparently kids are being indoctrinated. They have knee-jerk reactions to key buzzwords, whether it's gay administration, whether it's gay rights, or if it's illegal immigration, legal immigrants, migrant workers. There's a heavy indoctrination process that's been going on for probably better part. It probably started back when I was in school, but from where I came from to what I see now in my kids' high school, probably the last 25 years, I'm guessing. And of course, many well-educated people, and there's a difference between being well-educated and indoctrinated. Big difference. And when you take these well-educated people and you start to discuss political, ideological topics with them, and they suddenly start quoting bumper sticker slogans, or they read a headline off the New York Times, or they just check off the talking points that's been released by the DNC, you have to sit there and wonder and say to yourself, you got a Harvard degree? You got a Yale degree? You went to Dartmouth? What? Really? They're not thinking for themselves. And it's sort of like Pavlov's dog. It's a reaction. It's like this is where they've been conditioned and they don't even know it. So I have a little bit of a test for those of you that may be viewing videos here on Brandon's group here about whether or not you're having an awakening period, or whether those little seeds of questions in your head are valid. And I say this, I tell this to all of my left-wing buddies, that if they want to check what their level of indoctrination is, very simple. My formula is this: your level of indoctrination is inversely proportional to the depth of your argument. Meaning, if your argument doesn't extend past a bumper sticker slogan, you're heavily indoctrinated. If your argument goes from the bumper sticker slogan to you have white privilege, or you are an idiot, or some other derogatory name that I won't use in this video, well then you are severely indoctrinated. You have now crossed the line into what I call the useful idiot. If you don't know that term, its origins are in question, but look it up, you'll have a good laugh. Anyway, Brandon, that's my, I am not a Russian bot. I think it's ridiculous. I certainly hope that this group grows to 1 million people by November, because it's really scaring the crap out of both parties. Good on you.